Welcome back to another Therapy Thursday. I just got out of therapy. Today is January 11. 111. Today is January 11. It's crazy. Today is January 11 and I started therapy at 11:11. Why do I know that? Anyways. But alignment. Today's session was great. I was just kind of updating her on how my carnival season went because we were out of I haven't had a session since early December. We were on break for 2 weeks, so I haven't had a session in 2 weeks, and it was busy season, carnival, a lot going on. So today was more like a catch-up and it went very well. I was just telling her that, like, it seems like since January hit, there's been a shift in energy. For me personally, I don't know, I can't speak for everybody else, but for me personally, there's been an immediate shift. And even in the moments of like chaos, like when my surroundings are chaotic, and even in my moments of feeling overwhelmed or just things not going the way I want it to, I've been able to maintain this level of ease and calmness that I have not felt in a very long time. So I was just telling her about all of that. I was also going over like my goals for this year, and I was telling her about like my upcoming trip because I am traveling next week and it's going to be my first solo trip in 5 years. Can y'all believe that? I have not traveled by myself in 5 years. It's probably more than 5 years, to be honest. It's probably like 6 or 5.5. Yeah. And no, 5 years. I'll say 5 years. Oh, yeah. But it's also going to be my first time sleeping in a child-free bed in 5 years. So I'm just excited. You know, I'm a little nervous as well because I have to leave the baby with my parents and he's still very attached to the breast. And although he's fine being away from me during the day, at night he definitely wakes up looking for TT, and it's more for like comfort than anything else. But my goodness, when he can't get, my gosh, that boy have a fit. But it's just part of the process. I'm not gonna allow the mom guilt to take over, and I'm just gonna trust that he'll be fine and adjust. And I am doing this for the betterment of my mental health and my sanity. So a better me is a better them, you know? So I'm just trying to focus on that aspect of it. I don't know if I'm gonna document my trip. Probably not. At least not in... I'll be back. Okay, that was actually a lady calling me back about homeschooling. Anyways, we're not going to get into that right now. I don't even remember what I was saying, but like I was saying, my therapy session went well. What was I saying before I turned off the camera? Oh yeah, my trip next week. Excited about that. I'm doing a lot of great things this year, okay? So this was a happy session. I'm just talking about all my goals and how I'm going to lay them out throughout the year. Like, this was a great session just to kind of like put my thoughts out loud, because I write them down, I write everything, but just to kind of talk about it with somebody that you trust and know ain't gonna go running their mouth about your business. It was just great. I'm not even sure what I have in store for this year on this or publicly at all, because I'm very big on keeping shit to myself until the time is right. Because if you talk about certain things prematurely, and there's people out there who have the opposite mindset as you, and they're like, why she thinks she could do that, and like, that's not gonna happen, and stuff like that, that negative things, those type of negative thoughts and words, then they're putting that energy out in the universe that contradicts what you're trying to accomplish, and I'm not having that. So, not saying that I don't talk about my goals to people, I do, but I'm very selective with who I talk about them to. And yeah, that's all. I'm just selective, and it's literally a handful of people, barely a handful, probably like 2 or 3 people tops. So another thing I discussed in therapy was my son, and you know, his improvements and other things, like new challenges that I'm having, not really I'm having, but like he's having, and like what I'm gonna do to help him. Listen, I think I titled my last Therapy Thursday Mothering a Fatherless Child, and when I say those words are deep and true for me right now, it's very deep and true. And it's literally the most difficult part. I know I probably sound like a broken record at this point, but it's literally the most difficult part about being a single mother. You know, mothering a fatherless child. Like, it's one thing to break up. It's one thing to break up and still have the father there. And still have the father there in the child's life. But it's another thing when that father is just completely gone, and you have to explain to that child that like your father ain't coming back, you know. But this is not gonna be a long video. I'm actually in a rush because I have a lot to get done today, and that was probably my mother calling me right now about getting the baby. I gotta get back home and make something for someone. So yeah, I got work to do. Just know that this Therapy Thursday was great, and I'm in good spirits, and I'm looking forward to this year. What is the point of this video if I'm not gonna spill the beans? Here's my message, right? Being able to look back and realize how far you've come is such a great feeling. Okay, third time's the charm, right? Anyways, y'all see my hair? It look a hot mess because I haven't had a retwist in 4 months, all because I refuse to retwist it until my trip next week. You see all that growth? My locks is from here. I also realized that my locks have been growing, which is also a plus. Anyways, I digress. What was I saying before I turn off the camera again? I don't remember, but that was my mother calling to remind me that I have to pick up my son early to take him to take his passport picture, because one of the things I'm doing this year is traveling, and I am very big on giving my children the experience of traveling. So we gotta get that passport because we have upcoming trips to take. Well, they have an upcoming trip and I have upcoming trips. My goal is to always have one family trip, one personal trip for me, and no, my goal is to take them on a trip every year for sure, like one family trip. And then for me personally, I'm gonna just be traveling, okay? Like, I ain't putting a limit on how many trips I take in a year. If I can do it, I'm doing it, period. And I need it. I realized that my way to refill myself and be the best version of myself for myself and my children, is gonna be through taking trips and just getting away from this environment. I love St. Croix as a whole. It's not about St. Croix, it's about just getting away from my daily responsibilities so I can decompress and refill myself and come back. That's all. So that was a realization I came to late last year. So my first solo trip is next week, and I have like a couple more planned throughout the year. So there's that, and I'm in good spirits right now, and y'all probably could tell. I'm in good spirits right now, and I'm trying to keep that going, being that I started this year in good spirits versus last year. I started last year in like shambles, literally, if you watch my previous video. But I feel like the energy you start the year in is kind of the energy it kind of sets the tone for the year, and last year it set my tone. So this year my good energy is setting my tone for the year, and this is all about abundance, prosperity, accomplishing goals, doing all the things that makes me happy and bring me joy, and growing in all the ways that I can, and tapping into a side of me that I need to tap into more. I'm not gonna get into that, but I'm happy. Even with the challenges that I am facing right now, because I am facing some challenges and the things that I have to deal with right now, especially pertaining to a situation with my son, I am still in good spirits, and I have faith that I'm going to make the right decision for him and guide him and help him through this. So yeah, I'm doing the damn thing, okay? I'm definitely making this year a great year. There's no way it's not. So however, if next week or a month from now or 2 months from now you see me in here looking stressed and overwhelmed, it's okay. I'm having a moment. But in general, this year is going to be great. That's all. Anyways, this video should be proof that therapy works, right? This video should be an example of how it looks to get on the other side. Because if you've watched my previous video, if you've been keeping up with me on my journey, and you know, although I don't share like daily vlogs and stuff like that, I am pretty open about what I've been through and my experience. That's the next thing. The content that I want to share on this channel this year is, you know what, I'm gonna talk about that in a different video. Maybe I should do that. I don't want to make this too long. But I will just say this. I have some videos, right, that I have on my channel as unlisted because I was initially going to just put them on. I was trying to start a Patreon, and I was going to put those videos on Patreon. But to be honest, like, I really don't do this for money, so it really doesn't matter. But I think I'm going to just put those videos on public. Let me know if you know what, I'm gonna talk about that in a different video. I might just edit this all out. My point is that this should be proof that therapy works, and this is how it looks to finally get on the other side of what was once a very dark and low time in my life. I've literally come a long way, y'all, like a long way. As much as I share, y'all still don't even know half the shit that I've been through. Trust me. So y'all gonna see. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Y'all gonna see. Anyways, if you've been considering going to therapy and have not made a decision yet, what are you waiting for? Okay. Let this be your reminder to start. And to all my melanated women, protect your womb by any means necessary. And to everyone watching, protect your peace by any means necessary. I wish you all love, light, and prosperity, and you'll see me in my next video. Peace.
In your soul, queen, manifesting your reality.